Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and now I'm always trying to make some video just talking about Overwatch and just ways to improve on it, whether it's like the brand new updates, whether it's good or bad, or just trying to implement my own idea. Sometimes it's a good idea, sometimes it's not. However, I still want to get the idea out there because a lot of people don't realize, the roots of the problem or where it could be stemming from. Now, obviously, that's mainly directed towards competitive Overwatch because this has been like the main problem with Overwatch. There's some other things here and there, like Brigitte being overpowered and Genji and Tracers being overpowered, or whatever the case may be, but mainly the main thing that's been going on for so many seasons right now is competitive Overwatch and the toxic problem, the salty problem, the throwers, the leavers, and so many people are complaining about it, but I constantly have to remind everyone that it's very hard for Blizzard to fix human behavior. It's not like Daddy Jeff is literally the daddy of these children that are causing these problems, but they've been working towards it and just looking for ways to improve on it. However, there is one thing that so many people forget that could be making so many people lash out, so many people not want to genuinely play Overwatch, but is kind of forced to play Overwatch. And what that thing is skill decay. Now, if you guys don't know what skill decay is, which I'm pretty sure 95% of you guys do know, but in a sense how it works is that every single competitive game that you play, you get 36 hours of leeway where you don't have to play where your rank decays 25 SR lower at above 3000 SR. So obviously you have to be a diamond. Now, some of you guys might not even be a diamond, you guys might be platinum or gold and already clicking off the video and thinking, oh, this doesn't apply to me, I don't get skill decay. Nonsense, because this applies to everyone. I say above gold and onward because, yeah, in a sense, if you're gold or platinum or bronze and silver, yeah, you're not decaying from skill because, well, you're not above the 3K threshold, but you're playing with people that are above the 3K threshold, and this is why skill decay is a problem because this forces so many people that are above the 3K threshold to play competitive Overwatch, even if they truly don't want to. Whenever you're forced to do something, 9 times out of 10, you're probably not wanting to do the thing that you're forced to be doing. You should always be wanting to play competitive Overwatch. You should always be wanting to play the video game Overwatch. But when you're punished for deciding, I do not want to play Overwatch, that's where the problem underlies because so many people are worried about their SR and decaying from just straight up not playing, so they're hopping onto Overwatch not to win, but pretty much not to decay. And that, I think, is the biggest problem that could be solved from just getting rid of skill decay. Now, I know the main reason why skill decay is actually in the game, but I want to ask you, think to yourself, why do you think skill decay is in the game? Truly, why do you think it is in the game? Is it to keep people in the true rank that they belong? Or there's this thing called MMR, where, yeah, if you skill decay all the way to 3000 and you were a Grandmaster, more than likely you're going to be playing with Masters and Grandmasters because your MMR is at the same level as them, not the same level of Diamonds and Platinums. So there's no reason for the 3000 to like 4000 players to have skill decay because MMR is still a factor. The main reason why skill decay is in the game is to make sure that people in the top 500 aren't creating Smurf accounts and just dominating the top 500 ladders and just taking over like 10 different spots because of the original skill decay that was implemented. Which, if you guys don't remember, the original skill decay was pretty much you had to just play one single competitive game and you had 7 days of leeway. So a bunch of people just made Smurf accounts and just took over top 500. And I confidently want to say that is like the main reason why skill decay is in the game. I might be arrogantly forgetting something like, oh, this is the true reason why it is, but really, like, why would we want that? Like, why anybody around the 3K threshold, even if you're 500 SR lower, want people to decay SR if our MMR, which is hidden, is still going to be maintained, but the thing that really defines our skill is the icon right next to our name, is the number right next to our name. That's why it's such a bad idea. Now, again, if you're a GM player or a top 500 player and I ask you that same question, you would say, yeah, it's a great idea because it keeps the top 500 genuine and keeps people from creating Smurf accounts. And I understand that, but there's a majority of us that's internally negatively affected by skill decay, and we might not even realize it. It's a more negative situation than it brings positive because obviously the positive thing is that it keeps people in the top 500 genuine, but it also keeps people coming back into competitive Overwatch, which is a good thing because we don't want that playlist dead. But the negative side is that you get people coming back into competitive Overwatch so they don't skill decay, not because they want to win, but just so they can get that game out of it. Yeah, they'll be pissed if they lose, but it's like, oh, well, I don't care. I'm just gonna go play Fortnite. Because let me tell you something. Every single time I get someone in my game that's just like, oh, I'm just here so I don't skill decay. This is stupid. I hate this game. Next, like 5 minutes I see them, they're playing Fortnite. They're playing Call of Duty. They're playing a different game because they got their 36 hours where they don't have to play competitive Overwatch. I guarantee you've been that person where you didn't want to play competitive, but skill decay was coming up and you were gonna drop if you didn't play. Or even if you were a gold or platinum, you've had someone in your game negatively affected by skill decay and they dropped a bunch of SR because maybe they weren't up for competitive. But hey, skill decay is coming up, so I have to play. This is why it's a more negative thing than a positive thing. And while, yes, the top 500 ladders will be littered with smurfs if we go back to the old system, because before this, it was just play one game, you get 7 days of leeway. It's so easy to maintain a smurf account in top 500. I'm a GM / master player too. And yes, it would suck because maybe I won't get my top 500 spots. But at least I know I'll get people in my games wanting to genuinely play because I can at least pinpoint the exact time where people started not to want to play competitive. And it was around Season 5 where they actually implemented the new skill decay system. And that was, well, you had to play 1 day and you get 24 hours of leeway and you decayed 50 SR. Then they updated it where it was 36 hours and 25 SR. And at that point, it wasn't about, okay, let's win this game. It was about, okay, let's not skill decay. And that's the worst kind of mentality that you can ever have, because if you have that mentality for 1 day and you just don't stop playing competitive Overwatch and you just go on a whole string of loses, lose 200 SR, now you're playing with people in the lower ranks. Now you're playing with people in diamonds and they get affected by your toxic mentality and they lose a bunch of games and then they have to play with platinum and golds. That's why I'm saying, even if you're gold or platinum and you don't even skill decay, you're affected by people that went on a string of losses all because maybe they suck, maybe they are bad, but also they probably weren't wanting to play competitive that day, but they had to, so they got a week so they don't have to play competitive. And that's never a good thing whenever it comes to video games. You should want people to generally want to play competitive Overwatch. That's why I feel like it's a problem and really changes the mentality of a person, which is so important in such an intense competitive environment like Overwatch. You might not think it, but when you're forced to do something you don't want to do, it really does change how you act as a teammate. And Blizzard has full control over skill decay and can easily remove it, and I guarantee you it would make people want to actually play competitive and actually want to win, not just skill decay. So let me know what you think of skill decay. Let me know what your thoughts are. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.